After that day in the hospital, things began to change slowly. Mr. Raymond started greeting me every morning. He always used my name. "Good morning, Anita." The way he said it made my heart warm. No one in that house had ever called my name with respect. It was always Maid or you, but he would say it softly, like he meant it. One evening I was in the kitchen cooking stew when he walked in. I was surprised he never came to the kitchen. "Something smells good," he said. I quickly wiped my hands and knelt down. "Good evening, sir." He smiled. "How many times will you kneel for me? Please stand." I stood up slowly. He walked closer. "Did you eat today?" I shook my head. "Not yet, sir." "Why?" he asked. I looked down. "I wait until everyone has eaten, sir." He said nothing for a few seconds. Then he turned and walked out. 5 minutes later, he came back with a small plate of food and placed it in front of me. "Sit, eat now," he said. I froze. "No, sir, I can't eat in your presence." "Anita," he interrupted, "you are not an animal. You deserve food and respect." My eyes filled with tears. I sat down and ate slowly, my hands shaking. He stood and watched me. "You remind me of someone," he said softly. "My younger sister, before she died, she was kind, quiet, hard-working, just like you." My spoon paused in my hand. I looked up at him. "I'm sorry, sir." He nodded and walked out. That night I couldn't sleep. I lay on my small mat in the store and held my chest. Why was he being so kind? I was just the maid. But for the first time I didn't feel like one. After that night I noticed something. Madame Juliet began watching me closely, like a hawk. If Mr. Raymond entered the kitchen while I was there, she would come in too. If I greeted him and he replied kindly, she would frown. One day, as I was cleaning the dining table, Mr. Raymond walked past and said, "Good job, Anita." I smiled and bowed my head. "Thank you, sir." Before I could even turn, Madame came into the room with fire in her eyes. "So now you're smiling at my husband?" I froze. My heart started beating fast. "No, Ma, I was just..." She moved closer. "Let me warn you now, I see what you're doing. I brought you into this house. I can send you back to your village today." I knelt down, begging, "Please, Ma, I'm not doing anything. I'm only working." She looked at me like I was dirt. Then she spat on the floor beside me and walked away. That day I cried again. I sat behind the house and covered my mouth so no one would hear my sobs. My chest was heavy. I didn't want trouble. I didn't come to take anyone's husband. I only wanted to work, to live, to help my mother. But Madam didn't trust me, and now even the children stopped talking to me. Junior once poured water on the floor and shouted, "Clean it now, Daddy likes you, but you're still just a maid." Bella joined in too. She would call me village rat whenever I passed. I kept quiet, I didn't fight back, but inside I was slowly breaking. That night I stood alone in the backyard and looked at the stars. I whispered, "God, please, I don't want to be a maid forever, help me." I didn't know how or when, but I knew something had to change. And something did change very soon. After Madam shouted at me that day, I avoided everyone. I did my work quietly. I stayed out of sight. I didn't want more trouble. But Mr. Raymond kept noticing me. Every time he saw me, he would smile gently. He would ask, "Anita, are you okay today?" And each time I just nodded and said, "Oh yes, sir." But inside me, something was happening. A strange feeling, something I couldn't explain. My heart would beat fast when I saw him. I would hear his voice in my head, even when he wasn't around. One afternoon, I was dusting the bookshelf when I found an old photo album. I was about to close it when I saw a picture of Mr. Raymond and Madame Juliet on their wedding day. They were smiling, happy. I stared at the photo and felt sad. "What happened to that smile?" I whispered. That evening, as I was serving food, Mr. Raymond looked at me and said, "Thank you, Anita. You've changed the way this house feels." I looked up. Our eyes met just for a second. Madame Juliet noticed. She slammed her spoon on the table. "What's going on here?" she said, her eyes sharp. I quickly dropped the food tray and walked out. I ran to the backyard and sat on the cold floor. My hands were shaking. What's wrong with me? I asked myself. Why do I feel like this? He's a married man. But my heart didn't listen to my head. That night I prayed again. God, please help me. I don't want to fall into sin. I don't want to destroy someone's home. Please help me. But life was already moving, and soon things would go out of control. It happened on a Sunday night. Everyone had gone to bed, but I was still awake. I had just finished washing the dishes when I heard a sound from the living room. It was soft, like someone was talking or crying. I tiptoed closer. The light was on. I peeked carefully, and what I saw made me freeze. Mr. Raymond was sitting alone, his head was down, and he was crying. I had never seen a man cry like that before. He looked broken. I wanted to walk away and pretend I didn't see anything, but my heart didn't let me. I walked in slowly. "Sir," I said gently. He quickly wiped his eyes and turned away. "Why are you not sleeping?" he asked, his voice shaking. "I just finished cleaning, sir." He nodded slowly. "Go and rest, Anita." But I didn't move. "Sir, are you okay?" He didn't answer for a few seconds. Then he looked up and said something I didn't expect. "No, Anita, I'm not okay. I haven't been okay for years." My chest became tight. I stepped closer but didn't sit. "Madam, is she the reason?" I asked softly. He laughed bitterly. "Juliet stopped loving me a long time ago. Now we're just pretending." I stood there not knowing what to say. I'd never heard a man talk like that. "I work, I provide. I try to be a good father. But every day I come home to insult, coldness, and pain." His voice cracked. "I feel like a stranger in my own house." Then he looked at me. "But somehow when I see you, Anita, I feel peace." My heart jumped. He stood up and walked close to me. Too close. "I know you're just the maid, but you're kind, quiet, respectful. And you see me." I looked at him, confused and scared. But also, something in my heart was shaking. "Sir," I whispered. He stepped back. "I'm sorry," he said quickly. "Forget I said anything. Good night." He walked away, leaving me standing there. That night I couldn't sleep. He said I gave him peace. What did that mean? Was it wrong to feel this warm inside? Was I falling for him?